Page 19, the rainbow. They're introducing a new symbol for us now to know forever and ever, and it's called a fermata sign. It's a hold. It's a dot with a half circle. A half circle can be above the dot or below the dot, doesn't matter. It's still a fermata. It means you hang on to the note longer than the rhythm tells you to. It's not really a pause. A pause is something else. A hold is just you're just waiting for a bit on that note. How long? Well, there's no set time, but I'll talk about that when we get to it. I do the fermatas and stuff when I do the articulation. So when I'm first learning it, I don't pay any attention to the fermatas. So let's look this over. It's 4 lines long. Treble and bass clefs are used. 3/4 time signature. We have a pickup beat. The first measure only has 1 count in it. So that's beat 3. That means beats 1 and 2 have to be somewhere else than they are. They're at the end. The last measure has 2 beats in it. I see a bunch of quarter notes, half notes, and dotted half notes. So we can't have any whole notes in here because in 3/4 time, a whole note would get 4 counts, and you can't have 4 counts in a measure. You only get 3. So the dotted half note's the longest note we can have in a measure. Let's take it one hand at a time, make sure we understand what each hand is doing. The right hand, you start at second finger here. That puts you in C position here. And it's 3-1. 3-1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. Get the idea? Let's go down to the last line. It's 1. That's D. Just use the second finger on D flat. And then the left hand plays beat 3. We'll come back to that. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. The last measure you play on beat 2. 1, 2. Sounds weird when it's hand by itself, but it'll sound better when I get the hands together. Now left hand, you're starting with thumb on middle C, so we're here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then here, a G and a B. Rest. Make sure you play the rest. That is, make sure you're quiet for 1 beat. The last line you're playing on the last beat is 1, 2, and third finger's on A, so we use third finger on A flat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. So once I have an idea what the hands are doing, now I'll try and put them together and see what happens. It should be interesting. We're in middle C position, and it's 3 here. And then these are together, and these are together, and these are together. And the D's by itself at the end of the line. You're doing that some more. Let's go down to the last line. It's just here. Never mind what it sounds like, just go with it. Here again. 1, 2, like so. So once I have the hands working together, sort of, I go back over it carefully and slowly, and I work out the hesitations. So it's a steady beat throughout the whole thing. And once I can do, and without looking at the keyboard too, because you need to feel where these black keys are, and know where they are without having to look at them eventually. Then I'll add in the articulation and the fermatas. It's connected. You slur it. Lift up. You're lifting up like taking a breath. This left hand, they don't give you anything. Just connect it. You see, you really have a choice. You can do whatever you want when they don't tell you anything, but I'm suggesting to you, when they don't tell you anything, connect it. So it's connected. Lift up. Okay. Now the third line, the last 2 measures of the third line, we have here, that fermata. Just hang on to that a little longer. So it's... How long? Whatever feels right. If I play with a metronome, I got to stay with the metronome. So what I usually do is I just double the value of the smallest note. Here they're both quarter notes, doesn't matter. I just hold it twice as long. So instead of 1 beat, I'll hold it 2 beats and then go on. So it would be like 4 beats in that measure. It says, and then go on. last measure, you also have a fermata. So they have fermatas in both hands. They have to stay together. But again, it's a smaller note. It's the quarter note. I'll double the value of that and I'll hold it 2 counts and then quit. So it's 1, 2, hold, off. 1, 2, hold, off is how I count it. You can count it any way you want. That's how I'm doing the fermatas. When I'm performing it, I don't pay attention to how long I'm holding the fermata. It's just what feels right. And then I'm done. And then once I have that, I think about the dynamics. At the beginning, a P is piano. That's the melody. That's the right hand. Whatever you think soft. This left hand has to be very soft. And the third line, you have the hairpin. You're going to go up to loud. You have to plan these things out because otherwise you'll be loud by the second measure of the third line. I'll start soft and I'll be loud right there. It's too soon. I don't want to be loud until the last measure. So I plan it out. So I'm going to stay soft the whole first measure of the third line. Now I'm going to come up just a little bit, maybe to sort of soft. And then next measure, I'm going to come sort of loud. Now I'm loud. So I did it like a measure at a time here. It just worked out that way. Soft, a little louder, a little loud. And this is the right hand I'm talking about. The left hand has to stay in the background. And that fermata, you hang on to that for a bit, and then you're soft. And then you have the hairpin at the end. You're going to go down to very soft. And the melody at the end, that is that half note in the left hand. That's the melody. That's very soft. This is super soft, huh? Don't use the soft pedal, that's cheating. We gotta learn to do this with the hands. So it's soft. Oh. Yeah, because when I play this, I want to hear that. Don't drown it out. And then you hang on to that for a little bit because of the fermata. That's sort of the dynamics. You need to get to where you can feel the dynamics. Then speed. Well, at the beginning, it's andante. Some people say andante is slow. I disagree. It's not slow. Andante to me is like when you're taking a walk, but you're not really going anywhere. You're just kind of strolling along, just kind of casually going someplace. Moderato is when you're taking a walk, but you're headed somewhere. Andante, you're not really going. It's a felt thing, huh? Right, 1, 2, 3. Was that a little fast for that? Maybe, but if that's how I'm feeling this, that's how I'm going to play it. Then in the third line, the last measure, for the last 2 beats, they put an adagio up there. Adagio is slow. It's not as slow as you can go. There's slower than this, but it's slow. It's just slow. 1, 2, 3. It's like you're just kind of dreaming here after it's over, after the hold, and they change speeds on us. Now the last line, they've got slurs over each. I tend to connect the whole line together. I don't care for that effect. Now, if you read the words, it's all one sentence pretty much. I think they have a comma in there somewhere, but I'd still connect that whole last line together. Remember, you don't always lift up before and after a slur. All you're doing is connecting the notes. And these are slurs, they're not phrase marks. And I say that because a phrase needs to be a musical thought. And that's not much of a musical thought. So I'm going to call them slurs. Remember the natural accents. 1, 2, 3. At the beginning, it's to hear. 1, 2, 3. Feel the natural accents. So you go through and learn it. And once you have it learned, you're okay, no hesitations. Come back to the video. Let's play it together very slowly and check the notes in the rhythm. The fermatas, I'm going to hold 2 counts instead of 1. I can't do louds and softs. I'm just playing the notes. And I can't change speeds. The adagio and the whole thing, I gotta take it all at 1 speed. But we're taking it way too slow anyway, so that's fine. Ready, go. 1, 2.